The Story of the Pappy Shoes by Amanda Goode. They lay there on a shelf, covered with dust. A reminder not just of any man, but a hero, my hero. They may look like an ordinary pair of shoes, but they are so much more. They are a symbol of the love between my grandpa and me. When I was a little girl, my parents would make the long drive from Texas to Ohio to visit my Grandpa Brown. I never did mind the 18-hour drive because I knew the prize at the end of the trip was worth it all, spending time with my grandpa. He was a little man, about 5 feet 10 inches tall, but in my eyes he was a giant. He was full of stories about saving sick animals and days working in the coal mines. He was larger than life. Even though I was a girl, I wanted to grow up to be just like him. He always wore the same thing, a polyester brown button-down shirt, brown and tan checkered pants, and his pappy shoes. Oh, those pappy shoes. They smelled of fresh leather and musk, just like my grandpa. I would slip my tiny feet in those shoes and traipse around the house. Grandpa knew I loved his shoes. They were simple black moccasins, simple, just like my grandpa. He would take them off the moment I walked in the door, and I would slip them on. No matter how much I grew, I still wore the shoes. My grandpa said he could tell how much I'd grown just by pinching the end of the shoes to see where my toes were. I remember being scared that one day I would outgrow the shoes. I was determined to squeeze into them at all cost. The shoes were mine and Grandpa's special connection. One day, my dad told me Grandpa was sick, really sick. He said that Grandpa wasn't expected to live much longer. I didn't believe him, but then one night, the phone rang. It was Margaret, my step-grandmother. She said my grandfather had passed away. I was in shock. I couldn't believe he was gone. After the funeral, we went back to his house. Margaret asked me if there was anything I wanted to take home with me to remind me of my grandpa. I knew instantly what I wanted, the pappy shoes. I know it seems silly to say, but those pappy shoes are priceless. They remind me of a man who shaped and molded me into the woman I am today. Whenever I feel sad or stressed or lonely, I can look at those dust-covered shoes lying on the shelf and remember my grandpa. I remember the love we shared. I remember the man in the pappy shoes.